What's going
Yo.
on, everybody?
Yo, should we just say something? Because this is crazy, bro.
It's a deja vu.
Yo, for those of you, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say y'all don't know we're getting weak because this is a take two, but yeah, I'm doing good though.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Yeah, unfortunately, we started recording and my mic was off, so
Yeah,
here
we
we
were
are
like
again.
20 minutes in. It is what
About
it is.
20 minutes in, we had to restart, but we're here. That's all that matters.
俺はルフィ海賊王になる男だ
Hey guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Thank you.
What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track. Never whack, bring it back, and we are back with Strash Sit Down, episode 83.
Yep.
That makes it so funny.
Yeah,
That does make it funny.
We are here. For those of you guys tuning in, we appreciate you. Here with the gang as usual. Stram in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's going
Yo.
on, everybody?
Yo, should we just say something? Because this is crazy, bro.
It's a deja vu.
Yo, for those of you, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say y'all don't know we're getting weak because this is a take two, but yeah, I'm doing good though.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad. Yeah, unfortunately, we started recording and my mic was off, so
Yeah,
here
we
we
were
are
like
again.
20 minutes in. It is what
Yeah,
it
about
is.
20 minutes in, we had to restart, but we're here. That's all that matters. Mr. G in the building, what's going on, brother?
What's good, yo? A few shout outs real quick. My boy Snap Pin Maker gave me his Comic-Con ticket for Saturday, so I got to go. I got to see my boy Verdi.
Oh my
Frank,
guy
I
right
got
there.
to- yeah, that's my guy. I got to see Frank in his Iron Man suit. Congrats to 1 milli on YouTube. Fucking awesome. Awesome seeing him. And I was able to pick up these beautiful swords from Wano, the land of Wano.
Yes.
We got Enma and YHuss, can you help me with the other one?
Nidai Tetsu, I got you.
Nidai Kutetsu. That's the one that Luffy was holding throughout the beginning of Wano. And what's nice about the Enma one, it's got the purple, blue,
that's
and black
beautiful.
flames. Yeah. So these are bamboo sticks, bamboo swords, and they 100% worth it, bro. Beautiful.
No, they look sick.
So-
They definitely look sick. That's mad lit.
Yes.
Definitely sounds like you had a good time. Enjoyed yourself.
Yes, we definitely gotta, all the people that I met, shout out that told us about the Strash Sit Down. We got a few subs out of it. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys soon. And hopefully next year we'll try to make an effort to be there, because it was so much One Piece stuff, bro. It was beautiful. Like, it honestly felt more like an anime con than a Comic Con. So I like either way, but
Strash Sit
nice.
Down is gonna make their way out there one way or another. Soon.
hell yeah.
D3 is not going to be with us for the next few weeks. We told you guys last week, but he still isn't going to be here. He's all good. He'll be back when he can. Chopper's going to hold it down for us. And last but not least, that boy YHuss in the building. What is going on, brother?
I'm good, man. This whole time I was thinking about a Joy Boy 20 years in the future, like time reference, because we're doing it again, but I couldn't think of it.
Yeah, you
So
stupid.
I'll just say my life has been changing on a weekly basis because of Oda. That's what I said last time. So,
That's real.
yeah,
That's very
that's all I
real.
gotta say, man.
It's been straight heaters past few weeks, man. Past few months.
So shout out to Void for letting us know. Thank you
Big
so
shout
much
out.
Yes.
that we didn't lose a whole
Yeah.
episode. So
Yes, big shout outs to Void
Thanks.
holding us down. That would have been
Thank you,
shout
bro.
out asked out. Yeah. Yeah. So we did start recording. So we are gonna speed through the first couple pages of the chapter because we just went over it. We will break down some of the stuff we went over already. So it might be a little bit fast in the beginning, but we are gonna push through it and we are still gonna break down everything. You guys good?
Yeah.
All
Let's do
right,
it.
Part 2. Let's go.
just so the audience knows, I will be leaving in like half an hour. I have a soccer game, so just wanted to let you guys know.
Yeah, which makes the take two worse. But like, it kind of sucks even more. But it'd be like that. It's like
We got it.
Do.
Yep.
All right, chapter 1095. Better off dead in this world.
Great title. Great
Yeah,
title.
really
Hand
dope
title.
title. Really dope title. We start off where the last chapter ended with Saturn manifesting himself on the island. The Marines are scrambling because only Vice and Rear Admirals can lay eyes on Saturn. Everybody else gets their head exploded.
Mm-hmm.
The Marines are commenting on Saturn about how they've only seen the Gorosei in portraits, and they start talking about the hierarchy, how the admirals are below the celestial dragons, and these guys, the Gorosei, are above them. We then go to Saturn, who has been stabbed by Bonnie. The Marines scramble to try and shoot Bonnie off of Saturn, but Saturn says, if I was afraid of the sword, I would have dodged it, and hits Bonnie with the I-beam, and then catches her. Yeah, the Jiren I-beam, and then catches her. Sanji goes in to try and help Bonnie, but also gets hit with the Jiren I-beam and gets flown to the ground.
Yeah, and here Mod reminded us, because we were always talking about Sanji and his durability, but Mod reminded us that the eyebrows have not switched, which was something that happened in Wano and versus Jinbei the Seraphim. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. It could be Jiren, it could not be.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say Jiren instead of Jinbei. But no, yeah, it was definitely like, because we know that Sanji has become like the tank of the team. So seeing him get taken out rather easily is very jarring, you know. So
yeah, definitely rough. Go ahead. You want to say something?
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, just keep an eye out on Sanji. Sanji fans, don't worry. He ain't a fraud for this. Just whatever, he'll be back up swinging in German mode or whatever you would call it, and then going ham. But we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. Saturn grabs the sword that Bonnie stabbed him with, pulls it out, and the blood vanishes. Making us assume that the wound has regenerated. Sanji's on the floor in pain, and at this point the Marines try to surround the Straw Hats and Vegapunk to seize them, but Saturn tells them to wait, don't be hasty, and they can't escape, and just to keep the weapons aimed on them. Showing his calm demeanor and strategic mind. I thought it was something to make note of.
Yeah. Another thing to be note of is when the blood vanished, and we mentioned before that some people think that it's some time magic, but I'm not entirely sure if it's a time magic. Could just be regeneration, but it definitely deals with his devil fruit powers.
Yeah,
if he has devil fruit powers.
Yeah. We're still a little shaky on that, but but let's keep it pushing.
So Saturn turns to Kizaru then. He says, "It's rather sluggish by your work, Kizaru." Kizaru apologizes and says that he don't think he will be mobile anytime soon. Saturn says he thinks he can understand why, and then goes to try and squish Luffy with his foot claw appendage. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Quick note. We also talked about that moment because I know that's a big thing with Kizaru being down, Luffy being down. It goes into the bigger debate about Yonko versus Admiral. So we really needed to see if Kizaru was going to be down for the count or not. OP Scan said yes, he will be down for the count. TCB made it a little bit more ambiguous. Made it seem like, okay, he can probably get up quick. He's just need a minute, just like a quick minute. And official made it seem like he'll be out for a little while. I
think you mixed those up, right? Because OP Scans was the one that said he might get up. Or am I bugging?
I don't know. Wax got notes.
Yeah. I don't have that much notes. Chill out, bro.
They're trying to make you sound like a nerd and shit.
Yo, my man got notes. He got some notes about where OP Scan fucked up.
Oh
no! I am keeping tabs on OP Scan's fuck ups though. I won't lie. But no, I don't have that note. But TCB was the one that said I need a second.
That's fair. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So, but to extrapolate further, community was hyper analyzing this moment with Luffy, how his condition is. The fact that Kizaru is talking right now means that he's not unconscious, therefore he looks better than Luffy, quote unquote. So but we basically said that this is kind of ridiculous, like the hyper analyzing of Kizaru here or whatever. It just doesn't look good. He got knocked out by one punch from Luffy. one clean punch with Conqueror's Hockey, and we talked about before, like he wasn't using it before. So if anything, we said Luffy got timed out here because obviously Luffy didn't really get like decked out while in Gear 5th like that. So
it also goes to show you how freaking strong and durable Kaido was, bro.
Yeah.
Because my man was tanking a bunch of these hits, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
Yeah, the Admiral Brigade is in the mud right now. The Admiral agenda is in the mud right now. I ain't gonna lie.
They're fighting though, bro. They're saying like Mon said, Luffy isn't saying anything, so Kizaru's more tired. Or Kizaru's less tired.
The Admirals are lucky though. They got the Gorosei behind them, bro. Because I feel like people wouldn't be as scared if
Bro, the arc would be over, bro. If Saturn wasn't here.
Yeah,
it would have been party done. Okay, yeah. So Saturn goes to squash Luffy, and Frankie hits him with a strong right, completely duffs him, but gets him out the way. And then grabs his captain back. Saturn comments that he says, "I see a pirate crew that cooperates." And then Frankie says a really cool line here. He says, "Even the guys that rule the world want our captain's head," and starts laughing. Really sick line.
Sick, yeah.
Love it, bro.
Frankie moment.
And YHuss brought up a good comparison about like why OP scans, why this makes like what OP scans said is about what he said versus every other translation makes this line completely
it changes everything.
Yeah. Because OP scans had it as like a strong crew, which is like a very basic observation, but here and in TCP, he talks about how they cooperate, and that in TCP specifically was that he was looking out for Luffy. So I think it's because we saw later in the chapter that he was in God Valley, Saturn. So I think that's him contrasting his experience with Rox's crew, and we know that they were like a very disparate crew. They were fighting within each other within the crew. So I think he's contrasting the two here. So yeah, very very cool, interesting line from Saturn
to show the difference. And also another thing that I really liked was. Frankie was very Straw Hat-like in this moment by laughing in the face of danger.
Facts,
in the face of a Gorosei, just like Brook in front of Big Mom and shit like that. Like those moments be some of the best.
It reminds me of what he said to Nami when Nami was scared of Big Mom, and Frankie just looks at her. She's like, "Fams, we're on the crew of the Pirate King, and you're telling me you want to be scared of an Emperor? Like it's not gonna happen, fam."
Yeah.
So,
yeah, sick stuff. Saturn goes on to say that they did not anticipate Luffy or Bonnie being there, but if your fate is strong enough to escape this desperate situation, I would very much like to see it. Turns to Vegapunk and says, "Your betrayal is most disappointing, but we appreciate what you did for the military." He then goes on to say, "Which of you should die first from least to most painful? I want you to die with nothing but regret for your rebellion against the world government."
Bro,
real
my
evil
man,
line, yeah.
Real evil, bro. Like he really
line, yeah.
Freaking evil. Yes.
Definitely scary. He starts crushing Bonnie, saying, "Why do humans always do what they're not supposed to do or forbidden from doing?" Frankie, Sanji, and Vegapunk try to get up to help her, but they say they can't get up. It's like it's like they're being held down. And then Vegapunk says that this is not science; it must be the powers of a devil fruit.
And just like that, we're back. The takes have joined. We were talking about this exact moment.
Yeah, this is where we're at. When we realized my mic was cut. You love to see it.
But yeah, Maud, you were talking about how this Vegapunk line might be red herring, how it might not be. You can continue.
Yeah. So it might be a red herring, just for the simple fact that, like, I believe it could be more science related, a little bit potentially, just because of his title. He's the god of science, or god warrior of science, or something like that. So I would be surprised if he had no enhancements. We've seen in past One Piece characters, anything with science. Frankie, Queen, Germa, all science filled, stuff. So I'd be surprised if nothing battle related to him has anything to do with science. I'd be surprised by that, but that's why I'm kind of thinking it might be a red herring. But yeah, I could be wrong. It could be straight up devil fruit, or neither, and be something completely different. Because I know people were talking about that. Like, this may not even be devil fruit necessarily.
Yeah, I've heard people say like it was his eye beams as well. That some people were saying could be like crazy form of hockey. I think if anything's hockey, it could be this more so.
Okay.
But like either way, I still think it's made part of his Delphi. I've heard people. I think I saw someone bring up like another thing about the Ushi Oni demon that some people think Saturn is based on, where it's it and another demon when they attack someone, the other demon acts as bait, and then if the person takes the bait, the person cannot move, and then the Ushi Oni eats their soul or whatever. So I heard something like that. And even in the I-beam, like the I-beam lore about the real demon thing, once you look at them, you can't move. So I've heard stuff like that. Some people say it's still part of his Delphi if it's the Ushi Oni. So there's a lot of possible routes. I think, yeah, it could be anyone. I'm kind of leaning towards Delphi a little bit. But yeah, that Vegapunk line is like suspicious. Do we believe it? Do we not believe it? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely need some more information before I make a accurate assumption.
Assessment. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Bonnie is back conscious again, and she looks at Saturn and says, "You killed my father." Saturn says, "Kuma, he was born into a slave caste, the descendant of a clan that once committed a grave crime against the world, the last survivor of the extinct Buccaneer people."
I will probably take my L. I thought he was Will of D. He still could be, like Bartholomew de KUMA, but still.
Is this the first time we've heard of Buccaneer?
It's absolutely new. Absolutely beyond
new.
new.
Yeah, so it's not outside the realm that Buccaneer might have connections to the Will of D.
And I think they definitely do, of course, with what we see later in the chapter, what his dad tells him. Even the next fucking page, really.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, it was just, completely new race. Also, this is probably the last race Big Mom didn't have in her land. She had three. She didn't have the Giants, Lunarians, and then someone else. It's probably this is
it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And my last question is, does this mean because the Buccaneer people are extinct, is Bonnie not Kuma's real daughter, like birth daughter? Which is still obviously doesn't matter, but still.
Well, this would feed into the whole Bonnie's a clone theory as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Bonnie is a clone thing. I assume she's like, my idea was that she's still like
blood related to Kuma.
Blood related, yeah. In this like the original died or something. But either way, like who's her father is what I'm trying to say. Like,
but if she's a clone, then she wouldn't have to be related to Kuma at all. If she was a clone of what's her face, like people are saying. She has no relations to Kuma.
I haven't seen that theory.
Wait. Who did you say?
The girl at the end of the chapter?
No, not her.
Who do you believe she's a clone of? If not the original Bonnie?
I heard someone say she's a clone of Big Mom, but I was like,
that was before, yeah. That's true.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't.
But either way,
but okay, yeah, go ahead.
Either way, if they consider Kuma her father and she's his daughter, because they call the Buccaneer people extinct.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're not really blood related.
It's definitely possible that, with the character that we see at the end, that Kuma, because remember Kuma did become a scientist, right? So
yeah,
that they did clone her and he raised her as his daughter. It's not just doesn't have her blood. So, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yep. So we are starting into a flashback. Bonnie thinks back to something Kuma said, which is, ever since I was a boy, I wanted to be a hero who could save the imprisoned and suffering, just like Nika, the warrior of liberation. As Bonnie is thinking back on Kuma's words, Saturn raises Bonnie up high and tells all the Marines to aim for her head. Bonnie continues to think back and asks about Nika. Kuma says that's his idol and that he appears from the blue with laughter and his rhythm, and he sounds out the drums of liberation. Also a really nice panel with the silhouettes of him and Bonnie just dancing, and he's almost in like the Joy Boy pose a little bit almost. Yep. It's pretty cool.
Shit makes me want to cry, bro.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be up there with the saddest backstories. 100%.
Oh, easily, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Sanji's screaming for Bonnie. They're all screaming for Bonnie. Vegapunk says she's still just a child, and then Bonnie goes back to thinking back. Her kid self is saying, "Will he come and free me too?" And Kuma says, "Of course." It's a sad ass moment. I can't lie. This shit's gonna hit animated.
Oh yeah.
We are now into a flashback, which the way it looks, based on how this ends, we're probably going to be in this for the next few chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're definitely in flashback mode for at least the next few weeks. We are back 47 years ago in the South Blue in the Sorbet Kingdom. A little boy is born, or a big boy actually, because it's Kuma. Kuma is born. We see both of his parents. The father goes to the doctor, and before he can say anything, the doctor says, "His blood. Don't worry about it. I won't say anything to anybody."
Real nigga alerts.
They're holding up the baby boy, but it doesn't last too long because they have to run for their lives because government agents showed up at the hospital. See here, I feel like I kind of had an idea of where it was going. I feel like Oda's paneling kind of worked against him here. He tried to fit a lot into these pages. So like, I can't, like, who was running here when you see the feet?
So I think the feet running at first is the doctor.
I thought it was the agents.
I thought he was running to.
Yeah,
I thought
see,
he was
that's
running
what I
to
mean.
him.
Like, I think he tried to fit too much into these pages, and so like a lot of this whole sequence got kind of jammed together without enough.
Okay, here's what I tell you, by the way. When there's two lines, it means the scene is shifting.
Oh, okay.
So I think
the first two lines up top is somebody running.
Well, yeah, the
towards
baby.
them.
So those two lines at the top are the baby scene shifting to someone running, and then it seems like it's the doctor because the next panel is the doctor, and then the scene shifts again, and it's his dad in handcuffs.
Okay. I did not know about those two line things. That's good to know.
Yeah, you can see it again in the next page.
Wait. This changes my context of the situation because now I think that the doctor told him.
Yeah, I think
the doctor told Kuma, like, yo, I'm trying to clap. Yo, run for your life. I'm so sorry. Like,
I know. I'm thinking the way it looks like the doctor told the government agents.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so either.
Because that first part.
He said, "I'm
and
sorry."
He's crying, and he's really crying and shit. Like, he's down bad.
I mean, he could feel bad about it. That don't mean he didn't do it.
Okay, so you just think he's right.
Why would he apologize? What do you have to apologize for?
Because he
didn't keep the secret.
I thought he got tortured and then.
Bro,
but if he did,
wait. So if he didn't keep the secret, that's the line what I'm saying.
No,
he told.
No. Wait. It means wait. Okay, Callie, are you saying that the doctor intended to tell like government agents, or are you saying like he? I mean, I
don't know the context around it. It just looks like he is the reason that the government agent showed up at the hospital.
He is, but at the same time, okay, I think he could
have been tortured out of it, or it could have been unintentionally, or like maybe he was put in a bad situation where he had to, or his whole island was gonna die. You know, there could be context behind it, but all I'm saying is that it looks like it's him is the reason that the government agent showed up at the hospital.
That's how I thought of it.
I think the reason why we got like, hold on, wait, time out, is because it made it feel like you were putting intent behind like his actions, like he intentionally squealed on them. He intentionally
even if there was a good reason behind it and he did it, he still did it. It's still intentionally squealing, even if there's context behind it. So it's not like that's wrong necessarily, you know.
Yeah, I no longer really have a rebuttal. I think I see why you see it like that. I will say TCB had it as like there were government agents at the hospital, like when he was born or something.
Okay.
But that's why I had the preconception in my mind. So, but honestly, reading like this, I see why you think it. I don't think that's unfair.
Well, he say she said so. Okay. Okay, so Clap, which is Kuma's father, he confesses he's the one with Buccaneer's blood, but his wife does not, and let his wife and his son go free. The next panel has to be one of the grimmest panels I've ever seen in One Piece, for me anyway. It's Kuma's mom consoling Kuma, and Kuma just nonchalantly playing with like his fingers, just kind of oblivious to everything. And then next to them is their dad, beaten, bloodied, chained up, borderline unconscious. Real crazy stuff. I turned the page and I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, these couple of like Oda's really hitting for the jugular this time around. Like, you know, for this flashback, like off rip, we get in some like really like grim shit here. Like,
yeah, I think his life was terrible, bro.
Yeah, no, this shit is sad, man. So he is growing up as a slave, carrying stuff for a celestial dragon. We see him getting whipped and threatened with death, disobedience, and not being fast enough. We then see him meeting up with his dad again. He said something real strange here. We go from the panels of him getting beat and threatened to get shot to him telling his dad how his master is so kind and gentle and that he's very lucky.
I think he's just putting on a brave face. He doesn't want his dad to worry about him.
I just think that's interesting though, because that's probably the first piece of KUMA character that we see in this whole flashback, because he's been just a nameless kid for like the first page and a half, and then the first thing we see from him is him lying to his pops about how he's been treated.
That just might be his normal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's definitely I don't know. It was very disturbing.
Yeah. So Kuma's dad tells Kuma that his mother's dead. She's in heaven now, but I think she's better off this way. As he starts breaking down crying, and Kuma tears up too. Real sad stuff, man. It's just sad.
Oh, this panel obliterates me, dude.
Yeah, no, this shit is bad. Kuma's father says that he's strong and he can survive this. Kuma says he'd rather be dead, but Kuma's father says the warrior of liberation will come. He'll show up and save you, the sun god Nika. He then continues to tell Kuma about Nika, legendary warrior, whose story is told throughout Buccaneer heritage. So we know that Nika has ties to the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
In one way or another. He says one day he'll show up and take you out under the sun to the freedom of the sea. And that he's always smiling and laughing, and his rhythm brings laughter to the people. And then he imitates the drums of liberation. And as he's doing that, he gets shot. Right in front of Kuma's face, blood splattering on Kuma's face.
That panel's so fucked up.
No, this shit is crazy. Because
That was
he's literally mid laughing about the drums, and then second later, his dad is bloodied on the ground.
These special dragons gotta burn in hell, man.
Yeah, no, special dragons are not good people.
That panel transition was raw as hell. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
no, sick shit. Absolutely.
This I think this might be the darkest backstory out of all the characters, right? Like,
yeah, we have seen no silver linings so far. Well, maybe the end, and even that, it's like, not
for real.
Yeah. So we then flash forward in the flashback to a few more years. We're now 39 years. We're now 39 years into the past in the West Blue. We are at a celestial
38 for sure, by the way.
38, pardon. We are at a celestial dragon roundup where a celestial dragon is telling them that they have waited 3 long years, so now it is time again for a great sport, the native hunting competition. Their arena this time shall be the unaffiliated land of God Valley. When I saw this shit, I popped the fuck off, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not expect this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if y'all expected it.
Real quick. Because of our Twitter, our podcast Twitter, I saw that this got spoiled. The fact that we're gonna go back to God Valley. I didn't know how. So
that's tough, man. This is the most exciting part of the chapter for me too, bro. That sucks.
No, so I was a little tight, and then I'm not gonna go into the One Piece chat that we have, but that compounded on that too, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, whatever. But I wasn't expecting Kuma's backstory to lead into this, so that was beautiful.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I saw the same thing, and I was thinking to myself, like, after reading the chapter, I was like, dude, honestly, like, remember when we saw the Kuma thing, when Bonnie saw it, and people were saying, oh, like, the buildings aren't like Marija, it might be God Valley. because we know there's such dragons and there's slaves. I remember we had that conversation, and then now that we're seeing God Valley and Kuma's backstory, like I don't know why we shouldn't be shocked. Like this makes sense, but I was shocked when I read it, even though I knew God Valley was in the chapter, just like Mista. But still, like we could have put 2 and 2 together, but still, it was just it's so much stuff happening, man. This
yeah, it's definitely a lot going on. It's hard to keep track of everything, but it was definitely sick. This definitely popped off when I realized. So we are in God's Valley. They say this is the place which has the audacity to name itself the Valley of the God, possesses ample natural resources, and the celestial dragons say they will hold the customary manhunt here and claim the island for the world government. So this is also the first time we're hearing about this native hunting competition.
Facts. They're Hunger Games. Oda's own Hunger Games, bro.
Literally the Hunger Games for the celestial dragons.
Which is actually pretty crazy. I never thought that they would do some shit like that, but apparently they do. And also,
I'm not surprised though with the
celestial. True. But we also, if I'm not mistaken, they also gave the general area of like where God Valley was, which I wasn't expecting. It's in the West Blue. Yeah. I thought for sure it was in the New World somewhere, but
I would have assumed so as well.
I will take this opportunity to point out when Shanks and Whitebeard had the conversation in chapter 434, Shanks tells him, "I brought wine from my hometown in the West Blue."
Credence more evidence.
Crazy.
Okay.
Hello.
God damn, bro. It just makes me think about because I know after this chat, because we know that Shanks is related, is a celestial dragon, or right? He is a celestial dragon.
Yeah, sure.
So it goes back, made me think about the question that he when Shanks was a kid and he was holding Roger and he was crying. Right, so now it makes me think that what if Shanks was the one that asked Roger, "Am I a celestial dragon?" And he's just crying tears of shame.
I saw it on Twitter. I'm not letting you get credit for that.
No, I put it up. I put it up on Twitter when
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely saw it on Twitter like a few days ago, gang. I ain't gonna lie. I can't give you credit for that one, man.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it made me think about like just now that moment, and like the fact that you brought up the fact that he went back to the West Blue. Like, it just gives more credence if that was the case. Because I always thought that moment he was crying about Roger telling him his sickness, you know. But now it could be that, which is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely would be interesting if that was the case. So they're getting ready to start their hunting competition. The King of God Valley obviously is against this. He wants them, says, "How dare you intend to kill my people for a game? This is our land." But he immediately gets sliced down by none other than Saint Figureland Garling, the man himself. We are seeing a 38-year younger version of him. So he strikes down the king, and he is deducted 10,000 points from the start of this contest for killing the king immediately. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's insanity.
His first line is, "The handicap will make for better competition."
This nigga is crazy.
Yeah. He's absolutely insane.
And on top of that, it's confirmed he's a God's Knight.
Yeah.
Because before we didn't have direct confirmation on whether he was a God's Knight or not.
They called him the leader of the
No, I'm about to say, he was the leader. He definitely was said to confirm the leader.
It said leader?
Yeah.
At least I remember. We could always go back.
It definitely said leader. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Leader of God's Knight.
They fucked it up. I remember at first they said King of God Valley, and they said like Champion of God's Valley. So they fucked it up, but the leader was always there of the God's Knight.
Oh, okay.
So he does kind of look a little like Shanks.
A lot like Shanks.
A lot. I would say a lot. Yeah.
Oh boy.
The Celestial Dragons continue to explain the event. They say, in addition to the rabbit natives, we have a selection of problem slaves and criminals to hunt. We then go back to Saturn. We then go to Saturn in the flashback, where some informants tell them that they've caught the escaped child, the Buccaneer boy, talking about KUMA. And then I believe where we go to next is where Bonnie entered the KUMA flashback at, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Right,
exactly.
so KUMA's getting beat up for trying to escape. And as he's getting beat up, he hears somebody calling from a hilltop mountain. They say, "Hold it right there. You must be the Grand Prize, the Buccaneer. No wonder you're so big. And you got giant's blood." Turns out to be Ivankov with another person named Ginny.
Yep.
Who says that her bro's pretty big. Ivankov says, "Only my face," and then says, "Look at all these gloomy faces. I choose life. What about you?" And that's how the chapter ends. Yeah.
Mr. Thoughts, brother? I know you have to leave soon.
I was not expecting Ivankov to show up. What else? One thing that this whole thing reminded me of, I know I'm showing my age here, but there's this movie called Surviving the Game with Ice-T, and it was a bunch of rich white guys, old guys, that took a homeless guy and like put him on an island, and then they were hunting him like
holy fuck
all the whole day until obviously Ice-T gets out, kills them all and stuff like that. But good movie. It just gives me that type of vibe, like, you know, Oda always likes to, because they made a whole competition, like, you know, get his leg, you get points and stuff like that. And you know, it's really fucked up. And I don't know, this chapter was OD, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting all this that happened.
Bro, the possibilities are crazy, bro. Like the God Valley tying in is gonna be insane, man.
Oh man.
Like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good.
I definitely did not expect this. This definitely went a really sick direction, for sure.
Yeah, Miss, what's your time looking like?
I should head out. But thank you guys for everything. Watch the rest of the episode later. And I do believe, right, Jeannie, because someone colored them in. She had pink hair, so it's possibility that she could be Bonnie's mom or a clone of Bonnie. So we'll just
I wonder if she's also Bonnie's real sibling, because Bonnie has. I'm sorry, not Bonnie. Emporio Ivankov, because Ivankov has pink hair, right? So that could be Bonnie's hair color if Jeannie's
true. And also the fact that she's eating food.
That's a
she had
deal.
So
yeah.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you, bro.
I'll catch you guys later.
Appreciate you,
bro. All right, take it easy.
Peace.
Yeah.
But yeah, what an insane ending to the chat. Emporio Ivankov, seeing Emporio Ivankov.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. That was really sick. Do you guys see a lot of people taking Ivankov here as a sign that Dragon might be here as well?
I absolutely think Dragon is coming. Have you guys seen like ideas on how he's gonna pull up? I've heard all the. I think the theory I believe in the most is that he was probably maybe a Marine at this time under Garp, because right now he's 17, 38 years ago. So I've heard, and there's people that think that because of Akainu's reaction to Luffy in Marineford, his hate boner for his Dragon, for lack of a better term, like had that it was personal. So some people have theorized, like for a long time, that Dragon was part of the Marines and him and Akainu have some sort of beef. But yeah, I thought that here could be, if he was part of the Marines and he's here with Garp, it could be his like Aokijo Ohara moment where he's like, nah, fuck these niggas, I'm not working for them, the world government. I definitely think Dragon's coming here no matter what, because obviously like the main crew of his Revolutionary Army and the Freedom Fighters before the Revolutionary Army are here in KUMA and Ivankov. So yeah, I definitely, without a doubt, think Dragon is coming.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we are definitely getting, and honestly, the possibilities are endless now. Like we're getting probably the full God Valley picture through KUMA's flashback, and we're getting like not just Dragon. We're gonna get like Whitebeard, Garp, Roger, like Big Mom, like
Kaido. Yeah, because everybody was. And
we're gonna see the face reveal, most likely of Rocks. Like,
bro. And there's so many people on Rocks' crew, bro. There's this guy Silver Axe. There's Captain John, who's Buggy's looking for his treasure. There's the guy Ochoku, or aka Wang Ji, who used to run Pirate Island with Blackbeard. And there's Buckingham Stussy was on that crew before everything else. So
true,
my nigga, this is about to be crazy. There's so much that we're gonna see. Like I already mentioned the Shanks and Wiper competition from 434.
Yes.
And obviously someone put this in chat this week about how Whitebeard said, when I look at your face, the scars that guy gave me like hurt and they ache. And obviously we see this chapter that Garland looks just like Shanks 38 years ago.
Yeah.
And especially in the face, especially. So I think we're gonna see Carling and Whitebeard fight in this arc or this flashback.
Fucking sick.
Insanity, bro. We're gonna see a lot of stuff. So, Callie, if you go back to one page, I think, to the Celestial Dragons, the guy standing on the podium, there's a few treasure chests behind him, and some people think that some of those treasure chests contain devil fruits, and one of them could be Big Mom's, the one not Big Mom, excuse me, Kaido's, the one that Big Mom gave him in this arc or in this flashback, because we know that Big Mom said to him, "In God's Valley, I gave you your devil fruit. You owe me."
True. So you think Big Mom stole
is somehow gonna get her hands on
one of the devil fruits and gives because she probably already has hers at the time.
Absolutely, I think we probably know. Yeah, so
she did. She got the devil fruit from her mother Caramel.
Was it the government agent? I thought it was. Oh, she ate her. Yes.
Yeah, she ate her.
Yeah. So yeah, she definitely has one. I think Kuma is probably where he's probably gonna get his pawpaw fruit. There's more. Also, I really wonder how Shanks ends up in one of these treasure chests. Why did Figarland bring his kid? If that's his kid, like I have so many questions, dog. Why is Roger there?
Yeah, that's another big.
No, and you know what? Yeah, it's like the way that God's Valley has been portrayed. It's as if Roger and Garp teamed up against an evil Rocks pirate group to try and stop them from taking over, doing something evil. But if Garp is on the side of the Marines and the Marines are backing the Celestials here, then it almost looks as if Rocks and them are coming in here and on the good side and trying to get the Celestial Dragons out of here. I can't see Rocks and them coming in and benefiting the Celestial Dragons.
I don't think it would benefit Celestial Dragons, but I still think I don't think they wanted to save the slaves or anything like that or stop the native hunt. I'm assuming they have their own, because he wanted to be king of the world, right? And like someone said in the chat, actually, like honestly, we can't really trust Sengoku on what Rocks wanted. Because you're spitting like Celestial Dragons not getting their way here would be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm assuming it still wasn't good if Rocks got his whatever he wanted from this, like because he portrayed as an evil ass nigga. But yeah, you're kind of spinning, bro. Like Celestial Dragons, we need these niggas to put an end to it, bro. This shit is not happening, bro.
That's the thing, though. I think even before when we got that reveal of God Valley and what Goku said about Rocks invading the quote unquote home of the Celestial Dragons or whatever it was considered, I don't think it even mattered at that time of what the Celestial Dragons are doing, because it's just like getting rid of these guys is always going to be a net benefit to society, to the greater One Piece world. So like, but they made it seem like Rocks came in on some unwarranted shit.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, Garp and Roger teamed up. But yeah, with this context, it's looking even worse for them. Like, because I was trying to get better for doubt. Maybe they were just like not doing anything, even though they are even though they be on bullshit all the time. But maybe there's a slither of a chance where it wasn't justified for Rocks to come in. But nah, like this right here is like. It's pretty damning to me. So it's like if Rocks came in to defend I don't know what he came here intended to do. Maybe he didn't explicitly come here to defend anyone, but maybe he just wanted to take them out. I'm not mad about it. I'm honestly not mad about it. These dudes are these guys are terrorists. Like, I don't care if they're above civilians. They are literally like what was the word I was going to use? They are a cancer to the greater One Piece world. They need to go.
An absolute scourge. But I think from what I Goku was trying to say, I feel like Rocks was like almost as bad, if not as bad. And he could not be allowed to become king of the world because then everyone would suffer every single day or type shit, something like that. That's how I pictured it, how it came off. So I'm sure he was not trying to do anything good here. But yeah, fuck Celestial Dragons. Honestly, they can all burn in hell. And I think it's only gonna get worse. I think Kuma is still gonna go through some shit even throughout the rest of this flashback. It's gonna be even sadder and stuff. So, we are really just not ready for that, bro.
Yeah,
we are not.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be some shit.
And also, just one other thing, I like you, YHuss. I'm really, really interested to see why Rogers is here
was this guy doing?
because not only is this in the West Blue, like what was he doing in the West Blue? Did he get like word of this or something like that? But on top of that, this was before he found the One Piece. So I want to know what he knows here. Like, it's interesting because this feels like some endgame shit after you find out about the One Piece or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he's here before the One Piece. Maybe he thought, I don't know. I wonder. I really, really wonder why he was here. Like,
we definitely need more info on that. It's gonna be hard. I think this is one of the things. But like, I feel like a lot of times when we need more info, we have enough where we can at least make a speculation or two about the context. Like, I feel like this is one of those hard ones where like there's so little to go off on as far as Roger's connection to the incident and why he would be here. I think it's hard, man.
One thing I think I can maybe extrapolate is that maybe Roger and Rox are here because somehow they have heard about this event and they know that there's treasure on the line. Because we do see, Roger opens the treasure chest and gets shanks from it.
So you think that he knew about the treasure?
I thought about that right now. That's a possibility because I can't think of any other fucking reason as to why they would be here in the West.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think Callie, we really don't have any other leads. Like, it's not really worth thinking about. It's gonna be a long break. One thing I wanted to point out though was in this chapter, like, I think this is the longest. This is the longest stretch of time. This is the earliest in the world I think that we've seen the Gorosei, and it's 38 years ago, and Saturn looks the exact same.
Yeah, I was thinking that as I was reading it too.
I think that's just proof that it might not have been. They might not be from the Void Century, even though I think they probably are. Like, at least most of them, the Gorosei. I mean, they have at least eaten the eternal. They have at least had the eternal use surgery at some point in the last 800 years. At some point, I wonder if there's anything else on my list that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, the Buccaneer thing, the Giant's blood. What do you guys make of that?
So I was kind of thinking, right, like. My thing is how the One Piece world is interesting because we had, like, you got your normal humans, and then you got your giants, and then you kind of got this weird in between. You know what I mean? Where like people are as big as Kaido and Big Mom are not considered giants, but they're huge as hell. And then you got people like Whitebeard, who is huge as hell as well, but not as big as Big Mom and Kaido, but he's way bigger than the average human. And so when they confirmed Buccaneer, I guess the special thing about them is that they have the blood of giants or whatever. So I'm guessing it's more like concentrated, where it's like, okay, these are direct, like these are a unique set of humans that directly have giant blood, giant DNA, or giant blood, or something that makes them all explicitly like bigger. Whereas like other characters, I don't think it may even always be necessarily in their family line per se, like Big Mom, Kaido, Whitebeard, etc., like whoever else you want to use for that measurement. But they somewhere in their lineage, like the genomes of like past someone in their past could like be the dominant gene for them to be big and stuff. I mean, I know it goes into more scientific, dominant recessive genes.
Don't worry, I passed grade 11 biology. It's all good.
Right. So,
but I agree. I think the blood concentration is probably, like you said, is probably the biggest thing. Like direct descendants type shit is probably what differentiates these Buccaneers. Yeah. I saw a very interesting idea in that based on the the fact that they passed down the Nika thing. Like he's going to come save you eventually. I saw people say that if you consider the size of the Straw Hat in Marijois, and basically if you like, because Imu is the only person we've seen next to it, and we've seen Imu on the throne, we've seen Imu beside the swords, beside the empty throne. People say that based on that, the Straw Hat looks big, but not big enough for a giant. So some people think Joy Boy could have been a Buccaneer. I thought that was pretty interesting.
I think that's interesting too. Yeah. I could see that.
It would make sense.
And the fact that, the Nika storyline seems to be so prominent within the Buccaneer stuff. And on top of that, you look at, as sad as his backstory is, if you look at KUMA and his father and how they are, like, talking about things, and his father is trying to be, cheerful and all this other stuff. Like I could see it. You know what I mean? But then, like you said earlier, what does it mean then to the will of D? Because I don't think they're confirmed to be D clansmen. I mean, we don't still even know what it means to be a part of the D clan, but like I guess we could get some reveals later that they are a part of the D tribe, maybe. But yeah, but it's hard to say. But either way, his dad is cheerful and stuff like that, just like Nika was. And yeah, so I can probably see Joy Boy being like a Buccaneer. I could see that.
I also thought another thing that made me think about was that I found it interesting that, like, because we have all these races that have helped out, that seem to be like allies of the ancient kingdom, like the Skypians and the Kozuki, the Minks, the Fishmen, Buccaneers, and Lunarians. And they talk about Joy Boy, they talk about the Sun God, but they don't always talk about the same thing. Like the Sun God to Skypians was the snake, and Lunarians, like, I don't think they used the word Nika. I think King only talked about Joy Boy, right?
Yeah.
And Odin, I think knew. Odin didn't even know until he what's it called? Went to Laftel about Joy Boy, right? So I think it's interesting that, like, some of them know a lot, some of them know something, some of them know pieces. That was just interesting to me. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was that I wonder really how, after being a slave, and I guess escaping probably God's Valley, how Kuma ended up being a king of the Sorbet Kingdom, considering that they're part of the world government, and that Saturn in this chapter calls him like part of a slave caste, right? Like he's born to be a slave because of the Buccaneer race, but they let him be a king after a while. So I thought that was interesting. I really wonder what series of events leads to him being the king of the Sorbet Kingdom. Was
the Sorbet Kingdom an official and like an official government sanctioned place, or were they unofficial like Wano?
We don't know if they were unofficial, but we know that at least in this last reverie that just happened, that Saba was at, that they considered Bonnie, aka Kawani, the queen of the Sorbet Kingdom, and she was at the reverie. So at least now they are. Maybe they weren't before, and then when Kuma got taken out for some reason, maybe then they considered them an official. Who knows? But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And Mista with a great point about how now we know why Kuma protected Thousand Sunny, because he knew about Nika and stuff like that. I thought that's a fact,
fair.
actually.
It's definitely fair.
Yeah. So wait, do y'all think that for a fact that Kuma knew that
Luffy knew that at the time?
Yeah. Do y'all think that?
I definitely think that. Yeah. Well, maybe not like in the flashback, like in the two years time skip. At that point, he knew. Like that's why he was expecting the ship, I think.
You don't think he knew when he swatted them away?
No, that I think he knew then. But I maybe like for some reason Thriller Bark, he's about to kill these niggas.
Yeah, right.
What about Thriller Bark?
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew at Thriller Bark.
Yeah. People say, "Oh, he could have been testing them." We don't know that, bro. Like, let's not assume. But yeah, I think then, because remember, like I've been saying this entire time, I hope there's record of me saying this on the podcast. Kuma carries around a Bible with the sun god, like some saint with the sun behind them, and a bunch of angel wings. This guy has been part of the some anti-world government shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if he knew because of this Nika thing. So yeah, I definitely think that's a possibility, at least.
It could explain why he went rogue. You know what I mean? Like I don't even think Dragon knows about the Nika stuff.
I agree.
So it could make sense where, like, okay, why both factions, like the Marine, the world government, and the revolutionaries, didn't really know about Kuma's actions like that. Maybe only Vegapunk knew because they were friends, Kuma and Vegapunk. So maybe Kuma let him know. And do y'all think that may have tie into his current mission now, or whatever he's trying to do? Because I think now he's definitely on his way to Egghead. I definitely think that.
I definitely think that too now.
Yeah. Especially after all this. And on top of that, I also think that Luffy's about to get up soon, because earlier when we see Kuma talk. We see the flashback of Kuma talking to Bonnie about Nika. She don't even know that Nika is Luffy right now. So I definitely think that Oda is showing us this to show that, like, oh, Luffy, he's about to get up and protect Bonnie, and she's gonna, I don't know, get an epiphany that he's the sun god or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
and I saw a very cool way for this to happen is that if Kuma gets here, he can use his ability to take the tiredness out of Luffy.
True.
Yo, that's actually sick. What the fuck?
That's fucking sick. Yeah,
that would be dope. Holy shit, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah,
because
and that
done
can
it
because
before.
yeah, he did it before, and he told Bonnie like, "I want to be a hero. I want to save people." So it'll be cool if he has a part in it, right?
To save him. What I was originally thinking was that he would just boop Saturn away, but I don't know if that'd be plausible.
Yeah, I was thinking it might be part 2, like of Sabori, where he like sends them to Elbaf, but I doubt it.
That's also a possibility, but no, that wouldn't work only because they're not all there. They're gonna send half of them, and then the other half are gonna be stuck on the island. Yeah.
Yeah, I think him like getting Luffy up and me like like full strength, that would be sick. That'd be fucking dope.
That would be dope. I think that's the most plausible thing because like you said, Callie, I don't think he's like booting Saturn.
Yeah, Saturn's hockey is probably a bit too strong for that.
Yeah. He'll probably just reject it. Like, what are you doing? My hockey's too good. Stop.
Yeah. And just to brings up the point about like there's still the giant to think about, like the Iron Giant from
the big boy. Yeah.
True. But then I gotta wonder what made Kuma like go. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I was rereading the chapters like the other day to try to see like maybe it was when Luffy went Gear 5 versus Lucci, but no, it wasn't. It was just a random chapter. I think it was like it was barely when they get to Egghead he starts going ham. So I don't know.
Maybe it's when he's in the vicinity of something. And somebody, no, never mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I really could not. I was looking all over.
We're gonna have to. Ain't nothing to do but to wait and see.
Yeah, this is gonna be a despicable break.
Yeah, this break week is gonna be hard, man.
It's so bitter. It's so bitter because, like, we really want to get back into this, but but quick question. So I see people on Twitter talk about this, right? Who Jenny's related to, and I seen people say Jenny is Luffy's mom. Because of her eating the meat, and then on top of that, like she just I don't know any other reason why anyone got her as Luffy's mom, but I heard people say this is Luffy's mom. I think, but I think the better thing is that she's probably Bonnie's mom.
Absolutely.
So but. Yeah, what do y'all think? I don't know.
No, I don't think that. Yeah, I think you know what we think, man.
Yeah. I will say there's a little bit. There's the only evidence is TCB in their chapter tweet. They had a little like subtweet about how Ginny and Bonnie in Japanese are spelled very similarly. Like it's like the JI part, and then the NY, like the NNY or the NNEY for Bonnie. Like in Japanese, they're the exact same spelling almost, except for the first part. So TCB was saying they're very similar, like enough to make you think like, okay, that's a big similarity. Obviously, I don't fucking speak Japanese, so I wouldn't be able to confirm. But yeah, that is that's a bit of an idea. And also like Dragon's way older than this person too, so not that it could be in the year, and like obviously Luffy's born in 19 years from here now. But still, I think Kuma makes a lot more sense. It's Kuma's flashback, so
that's another thing. I don't see why we see Luffy's mom in a Kuma flashback. I mean, it's possible, but it just wouldn't. It's more cadence that it would be related to the situation going on right now.
Yeah, and then another thing is that like, from what we know, Luffy's mom is still an aloof as far as like anyone's concerned in terms of like who the mother was, right? Because Ivankov, he didn't know that Luffy was Dragon's. Yeah, he didn't know that Luffy was Dragon's son. And even when we saw that flashback between Ivankov and Dragon, he was like, "Your face is always you always facing east. Is it paternal? Is it what I mean? Like." And obviously he was joking at the time. He didn't really like fully believe that Dragon had a son, but then
They got that shit on the nose,
Yeah.
bro. Exactly, bro. Yeah. Mr. pointed out that like it could be something that happened to Bonnie in the chapter that KUMA starts running. I went back and looked, and that's the chapter that Bonnie faints because of the bugs in the lightsaber. So maybe that could be that. But
I'm not gonna lie though, that would be a little but honestly, I think that would be really sweet if I'm being 100%.
I agree, but the like she already got attacked by the shark. I think the lightsaber one is like wow.
No, that's
like
fair.
there was times it could have happened before, but it could be that, I guess.
Yeah, and nothing else to do but to wait till next chapter. Was there anything else you guys wanted to bring up before we wrap it up?
Nope. I just have to ask how long do you guys think this flashback's gonna go for?
We get at least 3-4 chapters, I think.
I agree with that.
I would say 5 or 6, in my opinion.
You think
that's like my extreme max range.
Yeah,
I think 5 for me would be open.
Yeah, I don't see this going too long, but I guess it is possible. God Val is a really important incident.
It is
a lot of characters. Too.
Yeah, so I guess I could see it going for a little longer than
the Odin one was like 7-8 chapters.
Odin?
Yeah, back in Wano. Like Roger and Odin. I feel like that was a long few chapters.
That was a long one. No, Odin's flashback was kind of crazy. I feel like it was longer than that, but I could be tripping.
It felt longer than that, yeah.
Right. It was because I know like it was like 950 something to like 9.
Because we had to cover all of like we had to cover Odin and Wano, Odin when he went with Whitebeard, Odin when he went with like Roger, Odin when he went back to Wano, Odin when he went to freaking Lifestyle, then when he went back to Wano for that 5 years or whatever. It felt longer than like 7 or 8, but
it was a while. But yeah, I also think Oda's pacing is like astronomical in the final saga so far. Like he has been speeding.
Yeah, no,
that's
so
not a bad
been
thing.
getting through it. No, absolutely. No, it's definitely a good thing. He's definitely been getting through stuff concisely and still giving us information and not having us confused in a bad way for purposeful lack of information, I guess.
Yeah.
Like anything that I'm confused about, I know is gonna get answered eventually.
Yeah,
that chapter's gonna be insane.
Yep. Ain't nothing to do but to wait, unfortunately. Yeah, that's gonna be it for us though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shouts to everybody in chat. Big shouts to Void again for holding us down with telling me that my mic was muted, saved our asses from recording a whole episode twice. We appreciate you. Yeah, no, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Sit Down. You look us up, you will find us.
Yeah, we post shorts every week, episode every week.
Yep.
Side content.
We got side content. We got the unpacking of cards. We got the run back. We got a whole bunch of cool stuff, man. Make sure you guys follow us on all the socials. We are on break next week, but we will be back with another Sit Down episode with some variety content. Stay tuned and follow those socials so you can stay up to date with what we're doing. All right. Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, y'all take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Straw hat, sit down, crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin' every time an episode is dropping. We see D3 in the corner, Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut, always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that straw hat, sit down. We are. with the fleet, we are.